afternoon, and thank you very much for giving the query and answer, as you have been always helpful. Sir, your idea of giving this video is really fantastic, especially for the younger generation who have came from their villages and settled in the cities, who have forgotten about the rituals. And a lot of us, not only them, lot of us, people who have migrated in the younger age, they want to do the ritual for the Pitras and they don't know what is the exact thing they have to do. And thank you very much for upcoming with this book of mentioning of Garuda Purana. Sir, I will hand over everything to you, and basically, please do let us know what is Pitras, what is Pitru Dosh in Kundli when we see, and what are the remedies,
Okay, thank you very
and
much.
what should we and what is the performance in the Pitru-PAKSH?
All right, all right. Jagdish ji, do you want me to continue in English or Hindi? What is the
Sir, I think so. I think so. English is more better.
more better? Okay, fine. Okay, fine. I will introduce some Hindi words as well because there are certain words which are not contained in the English dictionary. So I will start. So as you know, we are going through a Pitru-PAKSH right now. It starts from the Ganesh Puja, the end of Ganesh Puja, and then it ends into before Navratri. This is the time where actually the sun moves from Dakshinayana to a certain motion, and we hold a Pitru-PAKSH. Generally, this is a rainy season, and it is said in the ancient texts that the gods are asleep. All right. Now let's try to first, and the sole purpose of this video is the lot of nonsense that is going on in the especially in the YouTube world, in the digital space, about this whole Pitru Dosha and all that stuff. I'm sorry to say, but this is obnoxious, absolutely. And the person who are doing this actually are doing a very bad karma, because you need to understand a very basic thing. Now, before I start, let me give you the references. Okay, the reference of this Pitra and Pitru-PAKSH are from a very old Purana. Now, there are only two Purans in our Hindu mythology or Hindu ecosystem. Okay, one is the Garur Purana and another is the conversation between Nachiketa and the Lord Yama. Okay, so the conversation of Nachiketa and Lord Yama is not very well known to us right now, because not much literature is available, because it was a conversation. Now, Purana are generally Smriti texts, that is, people who have it is not written, it has been spoken and memorized and handed from one generation to another generation. So a lot of adulteration has gone into this. So we must understand the difference between Puranas and the written texts. Smriti and Shruti. Okay, the written texts like Mahabharata and Ramayana are there in the palm leaves, and these Puranas are also there, but they are basically philosophical treatises or philosophical ideas of the great sages. Now, Garur Purana is one of those where Narayan or Vishnu is talking to his disciple, the Garur, who is asking the questions about what happens after death, what rites should be performed, how the ancestors are relieved from the rite, and what should be done annually by the generations to come. Okay, the text is what I am referring is from Garur Purana, an abridged version written in English by Ernest Wood and S.V. Subramaniam. So I will just show you to you. This is the book that I am referring to, and it is one of my favorite books. I don't know why, but it is so interesting that I keep on reading it from time to time, especially in these times, because it has some very strange and interesting concepts, which as an astrologer, I find it very relative to astrology. Let me give you a small example before we start. Why do we consider South or the 8th house in a house, in a Purush Kundli, or the South as most dreaded part? Okay, although the 8th house is considered not, but South is a dreaded part. Now, South is also the area of Mangal, and it is not considered as a very good in Vastu Shastra. Now, in this Garur Purana, there is a very descriptive text or verse on the palace of Lord Yama, where every person has to go after crossing the 16 cities and Vaitarani river. Now, this palace of Yama has 4 doors. The 3 doors, that is 4 doors, facing the 4 directions: east, west, north, south. Now, the rest of the 3, except south direction, are the gates open for pure souls, sages, mokshas, and pitras who have attained certain level of spiritual practice and spiritual elevation, who have gone beyond their materialistic desires and who don't have anything left as to be fulfilled. They just gone beyond those. The south end of the direction are specially reserved by for the people who are sinners, according to the context of the sinners are there in the Garur Purana, who are the sinners. And this is where the most excruciating, painful experiences are handed over to an Atma by the Dwarpalas. There are 2 Dwarpalas, and the messengers are also there. I will just tell you the names of the messenger as well. So this is where the Pitras enter, and they either become, their Atma enters and they become either Pitras or Pretas. Now let us start from the whole Pitra thing. So Pitru-PAKSH, this is the time when we remember our ancestors and also offer water. Let me give you a small start with what is Pitra. Okay, let me give you an example, or let me give the reference. Pitra comes from 2 words, that is Pitrajita, that is acquired, or a property that is given from our forefathers or father. That is what we have got from our fathers. And another word is Pitrajatam. That is, that is for father's sake, or anything that is related to our forefathers. From this, the word Pitra has come in our dictionary. Now, Pitru-PAKSH has been celebrated for a huge number of years, more than 2,000, 3,000 years. We can't exactly pinpoint when it started, but it's certainly a most important ritual, and it is followed by all the rest of the civilization as well in a very different form. For example, the Day of the Dead, and so on and so forth. So ancestors are remembered by everybody. So now let's start with what exactly is Pitra and how they become Pretas. Now let me give you the reference of the Pitras or our ancestors are there in the Rig Vedas, especially in the Pitru Sutak part of the Rig Veda, and also Ayurveda. These all refer or mention Pitras. Many Puranas like Vayu Purana, Matsya Purana, Padma, Markandeya, Garur Purana also have reference of Pitras. Now let's come to the categories of Pitra. So there are basically 3 types of categories when Pitra are categorized. The first category is the most important. These are the forefathers of the gods. Now you must understand, just like us, the humans, gods are also ancestors. So they are the best categories, and they live there. So let me give you a small, small direction to it. The Agnishwant is the Pitra of gods, whereas Barishad is a Pitra of demons. Bhrigu is a Pitra of Brahmins. Angira is a Pitra of Kshatriya. Ajaypa is the Pitra of Vaishya, and Sukali is a Pitra of Shudra. Now comes the next category, the medium category, you can say. These are our normal human Pitras, our forefathers who have attained moksha. Now, how they have attained moksha is very simple. They have attained moksha because they have gone beyond materialistic desire of their ancestors, of their desires. And they have freed themselves from the desires of materialistic kind or any kind of desire. They are called the moksha prapti Pitras. The third thing, that is the most difficult part, is when a Pitra becomes Preta. What really happens is the souls who do not reincarnate due to illusions or untimely death, or whose shraddha has not been conducted by their generations, becomes Preta. Preta, because they live in Pretalok. Now what they are done is, now every Atma has to go through a certain purification process, especially those enter from the south gate. That is why, as I said, astrologically, south direction is not taken a very friendly direction. Now they have to go through a certain purification process, and generally it is said that those Atma are hung upside down from a certain tree, and those people who are, whose rites are being done and who are about to take the reincarnation are brought down from the tree and delivered to a certain yoni, which they take birth. But the Pitras, or the Pitra who have become Preta because of non-followers, following of the descendants of the Shraddha, who have illusions of too much Maya and materialistic world, are still hung there. And what happens during this Pitru Shraddha or Pitru-PAKSH, they come down to us, the generation, and ask for water, especially water, and are also asked for respects. Now, why do we do Pitru Shraddha? Because we don't know any of our ancestors have gone through what. Okay, today's generation is a very difficult position because they even don't know their grandfather's name. So, so we must understand this. And since there is a huge ancestral lineage of every person, we don't know who have died how and whose Shraddha is being done. So on this Shraddha, all the ancestors' rites are conducted. Now, why water? Now, let me give you a very interesting story quickly. When Bhagirath, the king Bhagirath brought down, Ganga, because he had found out that, his uncles are being tormented. So he brought down Ganga with the boon of Shiva. Shiva brought down Ganga, river Ganga. So there was a scarcity of water in the heaven and Pitrulok. That is why they are very thirsty and hungry as well. That is why we offer rice bowls to them. And during this time, one of the most important remedial measures one has to do is offer water daily for 15 days to this Pitra. And how it is to be done, I'll tell you. Very simple method. You don't have to go and do all the complicated nonsense shit that that people are propounding or people do. You don't have to engage on those. So you have to do simple things. So Pitra is so Pitru Shraddha, we offer water to our ancestors. No, who we have to water? Not our Pitras, but our Pretas. That is Pitru who have not got reincarnation. So there is a big difference. Not all Pitras are given water.
I'll just put a small pause over here.
Yeah.
And I would just tell you something. Sorry, it is in this context only. And basically, to line up the things where it is coming from, there is a small doha from Sant Kabir, which is Kabira so hi peer hai jo jane par peer.
Right.
I will not read the whole doha. So basically, what you are saying is the people who don't even remember their name of grandfathers or forefathers. Now, this is very important thing when people were speaking about Shraddhas, they should know about their Gotras. People no more consider anything about Gotras. Now, see, sir, you have got a nice name connected with you, the Shandilya Gotra.
Yes, yes.
Now, people don't know what is Gotra, what is the importance of Gotra.
Gotra, true, absolutely.
So we have actually forgotten the whole concept of our religion, the Sanatan Dharma, to be frank, and we just want to do what we are pleased with. Since the people have money, they want to do all those extra things where the people are trying to engage them. They try to put money monetizations, and they try to increase their revenue with that. There was a XYZ company that started from Vikroli, and now they have gone up to the people are traveling to US from that company.
Oh. Okay.
So I don't want to name, but yes, the place where it started from is Vikroli. Today also the owner stays over there.
Okay.
That is in Bombay.
Got it.
And they call rishis themselves rishis.
Yes.
So sir, coming back to the thing, what they have done yesterday was something really. I'm really thankful to you. You also saw it, and you also got.
A little bit irritated, because you know, their whole concept was to make people fear and fleece money and to propel their channel. It is people's ideas nowadays, especially in Rahu Kalam, that, you know, if you can instill fear in people's heart, you can somehow exploit them because they become weak, and then do whatever you wish to do with them. So, but there's nothing to fear from Pitra or our ancestors. Our pretas, that is the Pitru who have not taken reincarnation, are the ones who we need to appease through respect, paying them respect, paying them water, and also doing some remedial measures. These remedial measures are very specifically told in Garur Purana. The what needs to be done. Okay, so we need to understand this. And let me come to the second part. Is you know, it is very important for us to pay respects during this time, because just like a big tree derives nourishment from the roots, similarly us humans also have to pay respect and nourish the root we are coming from. If we forget where we are coming from, the roots, we will eventually float away and you know, become oblivion. Now, coming back to the Pitru Dosh, please understand this. Pitru Dosh, the word that is being used by this nefarious and you know, these kind of people, and to make to instill fear in the hearts of common man, is Pitru Dosh. Pitru Dosh word does not exist in any of the Shastras. It is invented by astrologers. There's nothing called Pitru Dosh. There is a word called Pitru Rin, the debt of the ancestors. That is the debt we are always indebted to, that is pay respects and do certain rituals in the time of Shraddha, when they come down and ask for respect, water and rice and other stuff. Okay, this Pitru Rin. Now Pitru Rin is on everybody. Just because sun is placed in a certain context with Rahu, it becomes Pitru Dosh. In that logic, Jagdish ji, 33% of the world will be affected by Pitru Dosh. Now look at the potential, commercial potential of this concept. Now, as I was just saying, first and foremost is there is nothing called Pitru Dosh. Okay, there are three logical points. Let me come up with three logical points. First, why should our Pitra curse us? Why should my father curse me? Isn't that what they're saying? Pitru Dosh is something that the curse that we have inflicted or we have got from our fathers. Why would he curse me after dying?
Very true, sir. Very true. Very true,
Why,
sir.
why should, so this is one. Secondly, my ancestors' bad karma, I have to take it as a negative, and I have to, you know, do some rituals. That is their concept. Now, please tell me, Jagdish ji, where it is written that karma can be transferred. Where it is written that karma can be transferred. If that were so, then every evil person would have employed somebody and told him that, look, I'm going to do all the ghatiya kams, all the evil work, and I'm paying you, you will have to, I'm transferring my karma, you have to do the penance. What kind of stupid, illogical things that they're saying? You know, that is the whole problem. Where it is written that karma can be transferred. I'm sorry, but karma cannot be transferred. My karma is I have to do the remedial measures. I have to take care of my karma. Because if karma could be transferred, then there is no point of understanding karma and keeping our karma good. मैं जो मर्जी करूं, मारू पीटू, किसी का लूट लूं, I, you know, do all sorts of nonsense. That's why I'm saying these people are doing these are bad karma. They're going to suffer because they are just fooling around with people. The third point, it is written in a very specific terms that every Atma goes through a purification process and all their attachments are negated. They don't remember anything. So why will they remember Khundak of all the other things? Okay, now in Bhagavad also it is said that Atma cannot be pierced, it cannot be burnt, it cannot be drowned, nothing touches the Atma, it is only the seer in us. So why would it be, why would the Atma go to the heavens, become Pret or Pitra, and keep khundak about his descendant when he is unattached. This simply doesn't make sense. Now, Pitru Dosh, as I said, was invented by astrologers to fleece money or instill, fear. Now, secondly, what are the remedial measures? Let me come to that. Now, there are very specifically given, there are 8. I'm going to talk about few remedial measures which needs to be done. The first is the offering of water.
Sir, can I take a short word over here?
Sure.
Sir, actually, my journey towards astrology also started from this point only.
Okay.
As you have seen my horoscope, my Rahu and Sun is conjunct.
Yes.
And
yes.
I would request all the viewers now, please pay attention to what sir is saying. Don't go to the people who are telling you it is a dosh. The people who refer it as a dosh by itself, they are leading you to a wrong path. Please listen to sir very carefully. And this is very, very important to be understood.
Yes. Okay, thank you very much. So, as I was saying, there are few remedial measures specifically in Garur Purana. Now, let me tell you something also, that this book is generally, said it should not be kept in the house because it will bring bad luck and whatever. Now, my logic is very simple. It is a Purana recited by the Narayana Vishnu himself to his disciple and its Vahana, the Garur, who are into discussion just like we are discussing. I see no negative point in reading a Vidya. Vidya is a Karaka of Jupiter. The only reason that I see is Garur Purana never says you have to employ a Pandit to do all these shraddhas. It can be done by you. All you have to do is read those verses and do it. The mantras are also there. So I think this whole concept of not keeping Garur Purana in houses is simply to install fear by the Pandits so that the common people wouldn't know what to do and they would employ them. And, they will have a long Pitru Dosh and all that, blah, blah, blah. And they will keep on, ranting and fleecing money. And now the Pandits have subsided, astrologers have come, that they are also fleecing money in place of Pitru Dosh. So now, as per some of the text, now let me also give you a certain background. Pitru Ren or Pitru Dosh was never connected to any of the Parashari or any of the Vedic astrology ever. It was highlighted by Red Book or Lal Kitab, in which Pitru Ren or Pitru Dosh was first introduced, and then on it took on like a fire in the forest. Because through this you can always come up and give reasons of your incompetency in reading a chart. Just because you don't know why the person is suffering, and from the chart, the only thing you can do, the last thing you can do is you've got a Pitru Dosh. Now do this or do that. Utter nonsense. Okay, yes, I understand there is a certain Pitru ring which should be purified and sanctified, and which should be given. But the whole concept of Pitru Dosh is nonsense. It does not exist anywhere. I'm not so far. So if any of the viewers can give me a reference of Pitru Dosh in any of the old scriptures, I will be more than happy and will be really honored to read those scripts. But till now, I have not got found. And please do not share Lal Kitab. I have also got a bundle of Lal Kitab, which says about Pitru and Pitru Dosh, which is again very questionable to me. So now let's understand the remedial parts by not keeping this video too long. There is a straight word from the Vishnu, and I'm taking this reference from the Garur Purana. The Vishnu says there are 8 major dan to be done. Now, I am using the word wrongly, dan. Most of the astrologers use dan. This is wrong. None of the shastras use dan. They use upahar, donation. There is a big difference between dan and donation. One is dan, yes, which is to be done, which can be done even if you like it or not. Dena hai, de dete hain dan. Kabhi dena se dan. Dena hai, chhod. Upahar is a gift. It has to come from the heart. It's a dedication. So the word is dedication, not dan, not donation. You're not going to donate anything. You're dedicating this. So what are the 8 things or 8 maha upahar or 8 maha, the holiest of the greatest of the gifts? The first is til. Vishnu says, I live in the til. There are 3 kinds of til: white til, black til, and brown til. So til has to be taken first as a dan. The second is the iron ore or iron. Any object of iron can be given. It can be a, it can be anything. It can be a katori, it can be a small bowl or a glass, whatever, however feel. Now quantity is up to you. Please do not listen to these people who say this kind of quantity, this kind. It's up to your pocket. These are COVID times. You don't need to buy 1 kg of this and that. So the next, as I was said, the next important is iron. Why iron? Iron represents this the rod that Yama carries. So offering iron is offering to Yama himself, and it gets propitiated. Also, there are 5 or 6 messengers of Yama who will be accompanying the Pitras or the Atma in their transitions. I'm going to name them. There are Urana, Samaya Sutra, Sundamaraka, Udumbara, Shesha, and Bala. They are the messengers of Yama. Besides, there are other 2 people, okay, who always accompany you. There are 2 Shravans and Shravanis. Okay, slightly deviating from the concept. How does Yama know of our karma? Okay, or how does the account keeper, the Chitragupta, know about your karma? Because from the 2 Shravans that are accompanied, that are still there right now with us in their different form, which is not visible to the eye, they are called Shravans. They accompany a male person, and there are Shravanis who accompany a female. They are the one who only watch. They have the power to travel from earth to heavens and other worlds by their wish at any time of the day. So they are the account keepers. When the Atma travel to the Yamaloka, they are the ones who actually give accounts to the Chitragupta. Chitragupta, sees all this, and and the final verdict is given by Yama. So these are the 2 Shravans and Shravanis. So these 2 Shravans are the celestial beings who are accompanying me right now. If I'm sitting here, they would be here somewhere watching me what I'm doing. So please do not lie. Please do not fool people, because those Shravans are watching and keeping account. Very important. And they will be very fair in their, in their communication to Chitragupta. They are not going to lie. So they are the 2 Shravans right now with you, as with me and with everyone. So the second is iron ore. Okay. Because, and this, when you offer iron ore, these messengers also get propagated. They become very happy. Okay. Because Yama is happy, so their messenger also becomes happy. Now, the final, or one of the greatest gifts is a piece of gold. Now, in today's time, gold cannot be so much acquired. You can also offer silver or tamba lota with water. That can also be given.
So also again, just to mention over here,
yeah,
as you said that it is the upahara. So even if the people they can offer 0.1 gram, it doesn't make a difference.
Yeah.
If they want to.
Yeah. If they can offer 0.1 gram or whatever that means, it's okay. Don't worry about it.
It should be done from the heart.
It should be done from the heart, and whatever they can give. If it is in their means to offer a little micron of gold, that is, again, it's okay. It's all right. Now the 4th stuff is cotton stuff. Okay. This offering of cotton stuff is also important. Now the another stuff, or the 5th stuff, is gift of salt. Gift of salt. Gift of salt is also to be given. Okay. Now 6th is S.A.T.H. Okay. This is S.A.T.H. Now the 7th is a plot of land. Now it is mentioned in the Garur Purana, it should be the size of a hide of a cow. But in a today's time, it's not possible to give a plot of land. So Dakshina would do whatever you can, whatever money you can offer, it should be offered. Even if it is 11 or 51, but be sincere and offer to the best of your abilities, and that will do. And finally, the eighth part. Okay, the eighth part is gifting of a cow. Okay, a cow. That is written, what is written over here, because it frees debts, ancestral debts. So obviously you cannot give cow. You do a seva of cow. You feed a cow with spinach or any hara chara or whatever you can. Okay, this is one. This is first part of the remedy. The second part of the remedy, which can also be done, is a big puja. Okay, this is a bit complicated, but I'm going to narrate it quickly. You have to put a shaligram stone in middle of a ring of a cow dung. Nowadays, if you go to a market, you will find cow dung with a ring hole. So shaligram has to be put in right into the middle. Tulsi basil plant has to be kept in the background, and some sesame seeds or till has to be sprinkled on the cow dung, and puja has to be done in name of a pitra. And then the shaligram can be taken, and the water that is put on the shaligram has to be collected on a, you have to put a shaligram on a small katuri.
Okay.
The water has to be given to the pitras, and you can also consume the water. It is said in the Garur Purana that the water from the shaligram revives or frees you and your ancestor from every evil debt that is there possible. The another alternative to this water is Ganga river. So whatever you can find, shaligram is the first preference, Ganga is the second. Okay. Now, third. Now, one of the most important remedial measures, which I don't find in general YouTube, please pay attention. Garur Purana says, dedication of a bull, dedication of the bull, the ride of Yama is one of the most important dedication or gift one can give. In short, you have to gift a sand or a bull, but nowadays it's not possible. What you do? Simply go to a Goshala, find a bull, ask the owner's permission, and feed it. Do a seva, feed it with black uda, green chara, whatever you can, then touch his feet, then give him salutation and ask for forgiveness, and finally ask that all your ancestors be free from the debts. That's it. If you can do any of the stuff, feed a bull and a cow. Feed a bull and a cow. That's all you need to do. Offer water daily. Now, how to offer water? Very simple. Keep a katori. Have a kusha grass over it. Okay. Have a durba grass if you can find it. It is easily available in the parks. Just strip off the first end of the grass. It is called durba. Keep it durba there. Okay. You can keep the durba in the previous ritual of that cow dung also. So in this case, where you have to offering water, keep the durba, the kusha, some till, some rice, and offer water over it, saying Om Pitru Nama, Om Pitru Nama, Om Pitru Nama. It takes total of 3 seconds. Now, by the words of Narayan himself, Vishnu himself, kusha, durba, belpatra, and basil leaf can be used again and again. You don't have to go and find fresh pieces.
Oh.
So once you have kept those patra, put this water, then if it is too much water, put it on a plant, and then again you can reuse the whole materials again on the second day. Very simple, takes only 1 minute to do that, and feed a bull or a cow. It can be done daily, or it can be also done in the last day of the Pitru-PAKSH, that is on the Amavasya. So these are the things that can be done, and that should be done. No more complications, no more nothing. And another thing, it should be added, sorry I forgot, when you are giving donation of the 8 things, is a silver ring. Make a small ring of any size made of silver and offer it with all those stuff. That's it. So this basically ends whatever what I was trying to say about Pitru-PAKSH and the donation and the remedial measures. Okay, because and generally Pitru do harm us. The first symptom of harm is wealth not collecting in your house. Even if you're working hard, the wealth is not coming in, or it is wasting away. If you find this kind of circumstances, that means you need to do Pitra remedial measures, and that's all. And anyway, so I'm asking all your viewers who can do, please feed a cow and a bull. That's it. In any of the day. That's all you need to do. That's all you need to do. You don't have to do those complicated things. All right. So that is what I was trying to say.
Sir, now I would like to request you one thing.
Yeah.
There are so many myths that these novices have created, and I believe there is a very simple thing to understand. People come to an astrologer, or people go to an astrologer when they see the thing which you came up with in the last is when they see less accumulation of wealth.
Yes.
People are more concerned. When the wealth comes into the picture. So it is mostly the second house we're talking about.
Yes. Yes.
So, sir, now is the Pitru Dosh other than the second house making any difference in the Kundli in a horoscope?
Now, the seventh to the second house is wealth, as well as second house is the samskara sthan, or where we are born, or our ancestors. Matlab, when I am born in a family, the family can be poor, the family can be rich, the family can be middle income group, and with a certain samskara. So that is the area of the second house. And the seventh to the second house is the eighth house. The eighth house is actually our pretas. Pitras are ninth house and fifth house. You know, Pitras are ninth house and fifth house. So what we are trying to do is propagating or taking care of the eighth house, not the second house. The second house stays the same. What happens is when you propagate the eighth house, automatically afflicted house gets propagated and the second house is freed. The second house gets a hit from the eighth house. The second house is free. Now another supporting house of second house is the fourth house. It is very important to take care of the fourth house. The fourth house is my property. And if that property is made or, made from the money, or itself the properties of my forefather, then Shraddha becomes very important.
Now we have second house and the fourth house into the picture.
Yes, the fourth house. If the fourth house is suppose I am living in a property, made by my father. This is a very important. Till I am in my father's house, I have to pay respects and debt during this time or every day, as a matter of fact. If you're not staying in your father's house, and if you have taken money to build your factory, your business, or your father's business you are carrying, then again, you have taken a debt. So in a way, all of us are in a debt. That is the fourth house. Now, during Shraddha time, it is said that you should not travel. Why? Because fourth house becomes so important that you have to stay. Fourth house is where you stay. Right now.
Yes.
Right. 12th from the fourth is the third. The third house should not be touched. Right now, you have to focus on the fourth house. You have to stay where you are and offer your respects and whatever rituals you need to do. So this is how the whole scheme of things is. And the debt is also the sixth house. Try to understand this. Debt is also the sixth house. Now, sixth is the fifth from the second. Our Punya Karma is the fifth house from Bhavat Bhavan concept. The sixth house is the fifth from second. That is, if we are incurring debt, that is the debt or Pitru Rin from our ancestors. That is second house. That is why we need to do all these rituals. And as I said, it's very easy. Offer water in a certain way, in a kushatil, durba, or feed a grass or spinach or whatever you can. Even good or whatever you can, urad dal, kali dal, to bull and a cow. That's all you need to do.
Sir, actually, this is something very fascinating for me, which
Hmm.
is I know my career in astrology is not as big as yours. Your journey in astrology. Most of the Kendram yoga, what I've seen is
Hmm.
coming either in the fifth house, sixth house, or the seventh house.
Yes,
So
yes,
the
that's true.
sixth house plays a very good role over there. So we
Absolutely,
have
absolutely.
second house, fourth house, and the sixth house covered now. And the eighth
Yes,
house, logically, you said it is from the seventh to the second.
exactly, exactly.
The
It's so
eighth house is
it
also covered.
yeah. So eighth house is again the door of the Yama that we talked about and ancestors and Preta. Eighth house is a house of Pret. Fifth and the second house is a Pitra. So when a Pitra and Pret, as I've explained, if a Pitra doesn't reincarnate, it becomes Pret. That is, it is still hanging there, waiting for his ancestors to pay his respects and water and rice so that it can be freed. And it is written in Garur Purana that while it is hanging, it is given very excruciating pain and tortured and beatings by the messengers, saying, look, you don't have anybody who will pay respect to you. What kind of life you have led? So he's hung upside down and beaten, as per the text. So
Yes.
I'm not going into that.
Right.
So eighth house is all those Pitra who are hanging down. That is why eighth house is considered so bad. You know, eighth house is an
Okay,
entry
sir.
towards the Yama's south gate, which is not a very
So
good
no,
gate.
basically, it is the conjunction of Rahu and Sun only which creates a Pitru Dosh, or there is with the moon as well.
Let me tell you something. Sun anyway afflicted, sun anyway afflicted will give you infamy. It will affect your fame, and also it will affect your uh, forefathers. There's nothing called Pitru Dosh anywhere. Yes, yes, Pitra Rin. As I said, Pitra Rin. So if sun gets afflicted through Rahu, Ketu, or it's in a bad position, you know, it is also by aspected by Saturn, or it is sitting with Saturn. So then sun gets problem in a problem, and you have to
And
propagate
also
sun.
debilitated, and also debilitated sun, sir.
Yes, yes, also debilitated sun. So in that case, our sun, that is sun represents our fathers. So we have to do this, remedial measures. I'm not saying this will act as Pitru Dosha. As I said, Pitru Dosha do not exist till Red Book came into the picture. So I'm not going to say that you will you will get Pitru Dosha, because with that rule, Saturn, Sun, Ketu, debilitation, there are 5 points. So most probably in the world, 60% of the population, 60 to 70% of the population will have Pitru Dosha. That doesn't make sense. Okay. And besides, if you look at the very famous charts, Mussolini, Bill Gates, you will see that Rahu or Keting, as a matter of fact, creating a lot of problems like Kalsarp dosha. There are 12 kind of Kalsarp dosha. So they will be in one of the Kalsarp dosha. So Rahu as such is, there is a big myth over Rahu that Rahu really does this and does that. It's nothing like that. So what I'm saying is, if your sun is in a bad position, it is mandatory that you do these rituals in these times.
So thanks a lot, sir, for sharing all these things with us. And I
Absolutely, my
hope
pleasure.
the
My
viewers
pleasure.
will get a good knowledge from this video.
Well, thank you very much. Yeah, yeah. As I said, I just wanted to, touch upon these subjects from the bottom of my heart. Even I am doing that. I am doing the sun salutation because I haven't found a bull near my place. I'm doing the sun salutation as well as the pusha thing, watering the thing. So it's very easy.
Right,
It
sir.
just takes 2 minutes. And also, finally, to your viewers, please do one Vishnu Sahasranam if possible. It will take 15 minutes only. It is 1,000 names of the Vishnu. Do it in name of your fathers, and that's all. In any of the Pitru-PAKSH days, just do once Vishnu Sahasranam, and that's all you need to do. And that is all there to it in propagating our ancestors. That's all. So that is all I had to say. And there is, you can go on and on and on. There is, whole context of everything. Maybe we can make a nice video in Garur Purana one day. We can talk about it. It's very interesting. It's very story-like, well-versed. and very, very philosophical as well, very depth. And if you're a serious astrologer, then you can find a lot of gems from there. From there actually why Vishnu, and Vishnu is generally whose deity is Mercury's deity as well as Jupiter's deity. So there's a lot of things we can go in and connect astrology to Garur Purana. Maybe we will have another video someday. But right now, I think that's all we need to do on a PITRU-PAKSH. Very simple and effective.
So thank you very much, and hope we will do this video as well, as you said about the Garuda Purana.
Yes.
And
yes.
sir, I think so. We'll take a leave for today.
Absolutely.
And we'll rejoin for our Deva Prashna.
Yeah, sure, absolutely. Deva Prashna is coming soon. So we will certainly do the Deva Prashna. And thank you very much. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity and discussing this very important topic. It's great to see that people are taking interest, and hopefully your viewers will be benefited by it in some way or other, and my karma will also get enhanced. So when Chitragupta will be reviewing my karmas, at least I will have some points to say here. At least I made a video trying to bust the myth, and trying my best to do whatever I can. So that's all. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot. Have a great day.
Thank you, sir.